Greetings,
Hello.
sippers, shooters, lovers of liquor, whatever the proof is. Nate and Morgan back, Liquor on the Rock, creating content for you. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Still on our Game of Thrones.
We're coming down to the end of this series. We're also coming down to the end of the amount of whiskeys we have. So instead of doing 2 per episode, we're just down to 1. We'll be finishing off today with the one for the House Baratheon, done by Royal Lochnagar. Now, most of these whiskeys have been done, they've been chosen by Diageo by either geographic location or the flavor. Seeing like the Starks, that was done by Dalwhinnie, and that is the most highest elevation distillery. Or like, and that be a geographic for flavor, like the House Greyjoy is that Talisker with that smoky and peaty, and because it's right down here on the ocean there on the Isle of Skye. Now we're getting into some things that have been chosen for different reasons. Baratheon, Royal Lochnagar. Now this is a 12-year-old Scotch, and this is one of only 2 of the Game of Thrones lines with an age statement on it. The other one being, of course, the Lagavulin 9, done for Lannister. Lochnagar is a Highland Scotch. It is right on the edge of the Balmoral estate in Scotland, which is a home away from home for the British royal family. It was given a royal warrant. And a royal warrant is given to tradesmen, producers of things that the royal family has decided makes goods or provides services good enough for the royal family.
They got the stamp. They got the seal of approval. Okay.
Yeah, and this was actually done way back with Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. So this is a little bit on the more special here. It is the smallest of the distilleries that Diageo uses to make blends for Johnnie Walker. The Royal Lochnagar shows up in Johnnie Walker Black and Johnnie Walker Blue. They actually do not own this distillery. It is a historic site, and they just lease it. And 90%, or actually more than 90% of what Lochnagar makes goes into Johnnie Walker. They have very few personal releases, and one of the things they do release is a 12-year, which incidentally, what this thing is. So this, while I've yet to try a Royal Lochnagar from the wild, this may be very similar to what we can just purchase in the store, or in the case of many things, this may be 12 years old, but just didn't quite hit the flavor profile of their regular releases. So I'm interested in trying this and seeing how it goes.
So do you think that they probably tweaked it a bit? They just took their 12-year and they tweaked it, or what?
It's possible. It could be just exactly what goes into their standard 12-year-old. It also could just be that it is a barrel that they had that just didn't quite taste the same as their other 12-year-old, so they offered it up to Diageo because they want to keep their flavor profile the same. Now it's a lightly peated malt, so we should hopefully get a little bit of that. It is also only 40%, so it's a pretty lightweight as far as alcohol content goes.
That's pretty nice, though.
You know what this reminds me of? If you took all the peat out of Lefroy.
Ooh.
Yeah. You took all the peat out of Lefroy. It's like that honey and that spice. It's a little thin, but it still coats the tongue well.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I could definitely see that. That's really good.
The Royal Lochnagar distillery itself has some fun history. The gentleman who built it was distilling illegally for a number of years and had his distillery mysteriously burned down. He rebuilt it, and a couple years later was mysteriously burned down again. Then he rebuilt it, and oh hey, lo and behold, Queen Victoria and Prince Albert buy the property right across the river from him. And so what does he do? He invites them on over, and kind of the joke, it's the world's first distillery tour. They coming in, and then a few weeks later they receive the royal warrant, and nobody's touching his distillery now.
That's real sippable. And that's the oldest age statement we've seen in this Game of Thrones line. So
Yeah, Lochnagar 9 being the only other one. Everyone else doesn't have an age statement, so it could be a blend of any ages. But I do like this. This is a little bit kind of baking spice and a little bit of honey and a little grassy as well, I think.
a lot of honey. That's something that I would happily toast to Lord Gendry.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Congrats.
Shout out the new Lord.
Lord of Storm's End.
And
It's only that easy.
And shout out Arya for knowing that she's not a lady, she's a badass.
Yeah.
And letting our boy down easy. So, a good episode.
You haven't
No
seen it?
spoilers, go watch it.
Yeah.
You're not a fan. Beautiful. Thanks again, Morgan, bringing
you.
this stuff in.
And we'll and we'll look forward to seeing everybody next week as we count down the last episodes of the series. Crazy.
Ah!
Who's gonna win?